Welcome to multi-machine network rendering. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make After Effects render video faster by using multi-machine rendering, also known as network rendering. In this tutorial, I will use the power of multiple computers to speed up the rendering of a short HD video clip. Okay, in the first section, I'm going to talk about setting up the network for multi-machine rendering. Be sure that your After Effects project and all the video files associated with that project are shared on one central computer, preferably a file server, and that the project files are accessible over the network. I won't go over the specifics of setting up a shared folder in this tutorial, but I will mention this works best over gigabit Ethernet. Before you start, make sure that each workstation in the render farm has a copy of After Effects. If you are using any plugins or effects in your project, be sure that each copy of After Effects has those plugins. Next, I'm going to show you how to use multi-machine settings in the render queue. Here's a short clip I want to render over the network. The Particles plugin, for example, can potentially take up a lot of CPU, so this is a perfect job for multi-machine rendering. The trick to network rendering is turning your video into an image sequence. I will turn the image sequence we generate back into a final video. Okay, when you're done editing your video, in the Composition menu, select Add to Render Queue. Okay, in the Render Queue menu, under Render Settings, select Multi-Machine Settings. Then in the Output mode, select Multi-Machine Settings. Okay, make sure that Skip Existing Files is selected here under Render Settings. And in the Output module, you can select a JPEG sequence. Now it's up to you which output you use. I prefer JPEG because it generates small files with surprisingly good quality. However, depending on the properties of your files, you may need a lossless file format that supports layers such as PSD or TIFF. Finally, click Output to. You want to output these files onto a shared network drive that all computers can access. The best way to do this is just to make a new folder on the shared network drive and save the image sequence into that new folder. And last, save the After Effects project. Go to the File menu and select Save. Let's set up your render job on multiple computers. And this can be done on one or more additional computers. Open After Effects on the second computer. Here I'm remoting into the second computer using VNC. Find and open the After Effects project, which is located on a shared network drive. You can see the project that we just saved opens up. Everything is there. Go to the Render Queue window. Go ahead and start the render on this machine. Now go back over to the first computer, and you can begin the render here too. You can begin to render the files on all of the computers, and they do not have to be started in any particular order. You can see here that both computers are rendering the image sequence simultaneously. Okay, the final step in this tutorial is to add your rendered image sequence to a new composition. When the render is complete, simply import the image sequence, go to the File menu, and select Import, File, and select the first image in the image sequence. Make sure JPEG sequence is selected. You can see there's a lot of JPEGs in that folder. Click OK. And it may take a few seconds to import the image sequence. When the image sequence is imported, drag the image sequence to a new composition. Let's add this composition to the render queue. Go to Composition, Add to Render Queue. Under Output module, select your favorite video codec. I choose H264 here to make an MP4. You can choose your favorite target bitrate. Give your video a name, save it to disk, and click render. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Good luck and have fun.